Hey everyone, Melody here with a new video. Okay, so October marks the 1 year anniversary that TGIF had Coach Stormy on. Now you remember that was a really big deal, the whole low vibrational plate. So let's revisit that moment when he delivered that iconic roast. Check it out.
Let's get right into it now. In the video, you told your friend that her plate of food was low vibration and suitable for a hood rat. While your plate was fit for royalty. Break that down for us real quick.
So just to give a little backstory, like I would never have, spoken to a random person like that. Me and her have a history and I feel responsible for her success, her next level. And so when I sat down at my women's retreats with women that came to grow, to know themselves, to love themselves, to become better, and she was the top income earner that I've coached to millionaire status, multi-millionaire status. And she sits down with enough food for three people. I had a problem with that. I felt not only did she dishonor herself, but I felt like she dishonored and disrespected me with the plate of food. And it would be wrong for me to have sat next to her and let her treat herself less than the queen that she is.
Wow.
She had too much food. She had actually 2 hot dogs. But I got to understand, she had ate some of the food by the time I got disgusted, okay? So it was like 2 hamburgers, 2 hot dogs, 2 chickens, potato salad, baked beans, and corn on one queen's plate. And it was slop on it. The hamburger was upside down. The beans was mixed with the potatoes and the corn. It was very tacky. It was already plastic silverware. It was not split for a queen. Granted, it was my event, but I did not know what the caterers was bringing. And it was just low vibration. It was thrown together. It was very tacky and distasteful.
Listen, I'm sitting here laughing because from my perspective, you actually making this worse. Like as far as
I ain't trying to make it better.
like, no, it is because look, you sat up there, in my opinion, as a friend and embarrassed the hell out of this lady, right? And then it was like, my plate is fit for a queen and your plate is fit for a hood rat. First of all, Tammy used to be big. Tammy's still semi-big. She was hungry. Your plate your plate was giving starvation realness. And then it was like to compare it to royalty, Stormy, no tea, no shade, no cap. Hood rat, but what you give on the daily is more consistent with hood rat than her plate. You had green fingernails. You was licking barbecue sauce and God knows whatever else from up under your nails, all while digging around in this lady plate with your hands all close to her food. Y'all was eating off a white Dixie plate at an event that people paid thousands of dollars to attend that you was responsible for. And then on top of that, shrimp are roaches of the sea, and there is literally no nutritional value in corn. So how was your plate or your vibration any higher than hers? While your legs was cocked open.
Wide open. It was some. Why does this paper?
On the chair.
So let's go back. Let's go back. First of all the time, I'm a 1000% real person. Sometimes I'm a hood rat. All the time, I'm a queen. I'm very, very that. And I don't pretend not to be. I'm very a mixture of two. I'm a hybrid, by the way. I act queenish all the time, but you're going to always get a little hood rat within me. That's number one. Number two, I hired an outside caterer. I paid them according to what their proposed budget was, right? I had no idea what they were bringing as their utensils. This is a very high, top-level chef. Now, shrimps, I love shrimp. I was a pescatarian for many years. I just started back eating chicken, right? I love great food. I love chicken.
All right, y'all, I just had to stop the video real quick. Can you just take a minute and look at all of their faces right there? Like, that is like one of the moments when they are just all on the same page. They all want to bust out laughing. Like, I think that is the cutest / messiest thing out of this whole video is how even when she's trying to explain herself, they are still like laughing. If you really listen to it, like you can hear them laughing. I just thought that was just so funny. But anyway, back to the video.
And I love corn. I love barbecue. I love to lick it off my fingers. I'm always going to do that stuff. But when I gave the example, it was just to show the difference. Again, you do not have to pile enough food for 2-3 people on your plate at one time. Let's get it clear. I'm not a vegan. I'm not a vegetarian. I'm not a plant-based eater. Okay. It was the amount of food and the way in which It was placed on her food. It had nothing to do with the actual food itself. The difference was the way my food was placed. I wasn't starving. That was enough food for one setting. I don't believe in eating enough food for the day. I'm gonna eat portion. I do what you call portion control.
Hugh, you have another question?
Every 3 hours.
I'm gonna tell you something. Tammy a better woman than I ever be, because I'd have knocked that damn plate out your hand, and when that food hit the ground, you would have saw just how low that shit vibrated. But it was just, it just came off condescending. It just came off condescending.
Respectfully, I would say. Wait, let me just say 2 things, and real quick. 2 things. Number 1, that's my coaching style. I'm going to address the issue right when it happens. That's probably why I got 36 millionaires and multimillionaires, and there's no coach that I know that has that type of resume and track record, because they sugarcoat shit and they save shit for later. I'm addressing on the spot as a teaching lesson for the masses. Again, 36 multimillionaires that came from zero, and that's within the last 8 years. Number 1. Number 2, Tammy knows the way I communicate. When I'm passionate about something and I'm trying to teach a lesson, that's just the way it comes across. And that's probably why, just respectfully, I don't know your financial bracket, Funky Dineva, but that's probably why this lady is a multimillionaire and I don't know what you are. It's her level of humility and respect.
Hey,
no,
Stormy,
I'm being honest.
Stormy, can I pivot here, Stormy, for a second, please? Now, you know I'm a brand strategist, and one thing that I've enjoyed about you, whether it's Hood Radish or whether it's Queen, is that you are a marketing guru, and you have taken this viral moment and created merchandise.
All right, y'all. Well, there you have it. So what do you think about Coach Stormy a year later? Because let me tell you this, I'm sure y'all remember, because I'm sure y'all were commenting on it just like I did. But she was getting a lot of hate when this first came out, because I think the biggest thing, just from reading the comments, where people were just like, how can you embarrass this girl like this in front of everybody, and talking about the plates, because they were saying like what screams, I have money, is, I'm eating good, having a big old plate. So you have a small plate, that's screaming peasant, you ain't got no money. And the whole thing with the caterers, it's like, this is your event. You're paying for the caterers. How do you not know what's going on? You just want to blame them. And some people were even calling her a scammer and all this and that. But I will say this, though. This whole situation that happened, like, I remember it was just such a big story. It was all over social media. This is what everybody was talking about. So, of course, with anything like that, good or bad, regardless of what people thought, I can tell you this definitely gave her more eyeballs on her. Probably more subscribers, more views. She probably got more events booked because of it. Because whatever's trending, that's what people they want to see, they want to talk about. So I know this worked in her favor. But anyway, let me know what you think about the video, and until next time, bye.